Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the scariest videos on all of the internet. To be honest, I don't know why I keep doing these, because I don't like them. They scare me. And the reason that these are so scary is because they're realistic, but these are different. Let me know what you guys think, if you think they're real or not, but I'm gonna try to figure that out for myself. Let's do it.
A couple is inside their kitchen when something pretty terrifying is caught on camera. The following video comes from Crystal and Damien, who both live happily in the house of their dreams. They had bought their home a few months ago before recently becoming engaged. To the couple, this house has become an important part of their relationship, as without it, their bond wouldn't be as strong. Although happy to be the property owners of this—
I'm just saying, goth girls or guys, let's say, get themselves stuck in these situations. And obviously, I don't know this lovely lady, but she got a nose ring, she got a lot of jewelry on her neck, her wrists. I'm just saying, she feels like someone who probably already believes in ghosts and heebie-jeebies, and so I would feel like she's more likely to stage, perhaps, a video, because it's something that she's into. Does that make sense? Let's keep watching.
There's something about this place that spooks them just a bit. Sometimes, things would happen that neither Damien nor Crystal could explain. For this reason,
Crystal,
they've set up cameras throughout their house to capture video evidence of the strange occurrences. In return, they would have solid proof that what they're experiencing isn't just in their heads, but in fact, something real. It goes without saying, but what they've captured has left them deeply unsettled.
Okay, I don't hate that. Like, if in my house a bunch of weird stuff was going on, I'd probably put cameras up too. So I'm not very suspicious about the camera setting up process.
On August 6th of 2022, a security camera inside their hallway captures this. It's worth noting that it was past midnight when this happened. Take a look.
So it's past midnight. So let's say it's 1 a.m. Ain't no way I'm answering that door. Not on this planet, not on the moon, not on Mars, not on any floating rock in outer space. Not a singular one am I answering that door. You've got to be out of your mind if I'm walking up to that door. Hello? That's what I would say. Oh, who's there? Why would he turn the light on? Why did he turn the light on? Now that whoever's there knows that he's there too. Just look to the people. He opened the door? Did he? You gotta be out of your mind to open that door. You have to be absolutely cuckoo in the head if you're opening that door. For so many reasons too, it's so weird to open that door. Obviously, first and foremost, it is 1 in the morning and somebody's knocking on your door. Second, I don't even know if it matters what time of the day it is. Whoever is knocking on that door is knocking like a schizophrenic freak. Who knocks on the door like that? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. I know it's just a knock on the door, but there are ways to knock on the door that are like friendly, like, hey, it's your buddy. Oh yeah, it's your buddy Anthony knocking on the door. Please let me in. That was supposed to be like a friendly Italian neighbor. My bad. But my point is, like, it can be like a... That's nicer. That is nicer than... So I'm just saying, if someone knocked on my door like that, and it's even 2 p.m., I'd be like, I might have to bring my pepper spray. I don't even have pepper spray, but I'd be prepared to go to war. And also, I already said it, but he's actually a dummy for turning the light on. Because, God forbid, there was a person behind that door who had a weapon, you know, something that goes pew-pew. And once bro turns that light on, bro can just pew-pew through the door. I'm just saying, kind of not a smart play to turn that light on, in my opinion. Or open the door at all, by the way. Oh yeah, I forgot he opened the door. What are you doing opening the door at all? That's insane. Okay, something just fell. What was that? That must have been, he
Although
knocked that
not
over.
really sure what to make of this, except that it might have been someone pranking them or some crazy person banging on their door late at night. It's the following video that scares them the most. The couple is inside the kitchen when this is captured.
I don't want to keep hanging out with your friends if that's how it's going to make me feel at the end of the day. Like, it feels more like...
They don't mean to do that. They're not like planning on, you know,
Do you know how it feels to hang out with a group of people and they don't even want you there? Like,
they do want you there.
But I'm only there
they want you
because
there.
they
They like you a lot. No, they don't. They
That's
like
the only
they
reason.
like they like me. They're my friends. But they're because they're my but they like you a lot.
They're acting fucking rude to me.
They're not trying. That's just how they.
All right. A little weird. Here's the thing. I just find it awfully suspicious that this hyper-curricular activity happens in the midst of an argument where, like, we see the exact moment the argument, like, starts. Like, the timing of it seems strange. Also, I'm a professional actor seer where I can tell if someone is acting or not. And my radar is tingling. It's tingling in a way that makes me feel like they may have been acting there. The way that they were talking to one another, I feel like if you're not like on camera, you don't actually talk to someone else like that. For example, the way I'm talking to you guys right now, you know, we're just chilling. We're just chilling, having fun. I'm not acting. And if I were to tell you that I'm mad at your friends, it would be more like, well, now I'm gonna act, so now I can't do it right. But it would be more like hey, Steve, like, I'm just, you know, uncomfortable around your friends, and I don't know if I want to go out tonight. It would be more tame like that, I feel, rather than like we're yelling at each other. What are we yelling at each other for? They're almost doing too much because they know that they're being filmed because they're acting. I might be saying all this because I just don't want it to be true that this is actually happening. I will admit though, I saw the dishes fall out of the back cabinet, the back shelf up there. Don't know how that happened. I'm sure there will be a replay. That one I'm more suspicious of. I hope you understand what I'm saying about the whole acting thing, by the way. Tough to explain.
Just as the argument was getting intense, a plate from one of the cabinets falls on its own. Following that, another plate falls by itself, but not before being flung toward Damien. It's almost as though whatever had chucked it had done so to end the argument between the two. But, as if that wasn't creepy enough, this next video is by far the creepiest.
The reaction is weird too after the first plate fell. Like she kind of just walked out, and then it was really awkward and like, you know, it was weird. It was a weird reaction. I'm just saying I'm not convinced yet. I'm just not convinced. Although the plates being thrown out of the shelf, how do you do that? I don't know.
It's late at night and Crystal's alone at home. We can see her scrolling through her
Steve,
phone
I miss
when out
you,
of nowhere,
Steve.
this happens.
Hello? Who goes there? Ooh, she looks creepy in that.
Perhaps thinking that Damien had...
Okay, this one I feel like is the most easy to stage. I would say, like, if she took a camera into that room afterwards, that, you know, that's way more suspicious. But even if she did that, I would also make an argument to where the person that did do that ran away and is no longer in that room. I'm just saying, this one is hard to prove that it's actually real.
come home from work early. She waits for him to appear. But seconds pass, and no one is seen. Damien isn't there.
Supposedly.
Understandably, Crystal was shaken up, but it seems that this incident wasn't as scary to Crystal as the most recent occurrence. It's
There's
not
no
known
one?
what exactly happened, but it's evident that whatever had just occurred has left the couple no choice but to leave their house.
Oh my
In a
god.
recent video, Damien explains the situation.
Okay, hold on. This is feeling more real now. He looks like that one TikToker guy. I forget his name.
Yeah. We're just outside because it's getting weird in there and we don't feel safe being in there anymore, so we're just gonna go to an Airbnb for the night and just for the night. And then we're gonna figure out what to do.
The activity has become so intense that they can no longer live happily inside their house. Sadly, they have no choice but to leave behind their dream home in the hopes that things would settle down. Feeling hopeless, they book an Airbnb and spend the night there. However, the following night, they decide to return home and try something that would hopefully solve their problem. According to them, by doing a seance, they can reach out to the supposed spirit that is haunting.
That might be the dumbest thing that I have ever heard in my entire life. See, this is what I was talking about at the beginning. I'm just saying that this lovely lady, and I'm no hate. This is no hate zone. No hate. I'm just saying she looks like somebody who is into this sort of thing. And I just feel like in a lot of these videos that we watch, more times than not, the people that are involved, the people who supposedly are being contacted with ghosts and hooplas, that they naturally seem to be more interested in it. Someone like me, for example, I don't believe in ghosts. Straight up. I'm never doing that again. I don't know why I did that. But because of that, I feel like I'll never really have a ghost experience. It's one of those things I feel like you have to be super open-minded to happening for it to actually happen. Or they just making it up. Does anyone else feel that way? You guys let me know what you think, by the way. So far, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like we need more evidence here for me to say, like, holy bejeebies, this is real. To be fair, though, there still is this last clip. Maybe they'll convince me. Let's go.
Their house and ask it to leave. They do just that and record the entire process of the seance.
No way.
Little did they know, this would be a bad idea. This is their video.
What is this seance? It looks like she's trying to get possessed.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Does it have to be in the dark like this?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, that light in the back scared me, actually. But that was just the actual lighter. Okay, I don't really know how this stuff works, but this is called, it's called something. Emissives. I don't see anything. Oh, that was the boyfriend. Okay, it scared me, bro. Oh my god, is she getting possessed? What?
All of a sudden,
What?
the shower door begins to shake on its own. With this, the couple rushes out of the bathroom, understanding that something had gone wrong with the seance. Terrified by the incident, they—
Wait! Did it not go good? Did it not summon, like, the ghost and then they're supposed to talk to it? What is supposed to happen there? I feel like they did the thing where they summoned it. I don't understand what they wanted to happen. Isn't that the part where you go like, oh, what's your name? Oh, Magical Amy, could you please stop bothering us in our sleep and tickling my toes? Like, isn't that where it goes after it's been summoned? I feel like you're not supposed to summon it and then run away. That doesn't seem good. Now it's probably really stuck in your house. Now you've just made it worse. You're supposed to ask them to please nicely stop disturbing you.
leave the house and return to the Airbnb. To the couple, the safest plan for now is to stay away from home. Given what's happened, this is probably a better idea. But until they come up with another solution, their house remains abandoned.
Yeah, that I don't know how they did that one either, if that's fake. So it makes me feel like maybe it is more real than I maybe gave it credit for. The only way I know how to do that is to turn on a washing machine, which admittedly is not too often, but when I do, you know, it shakes things around. And if they had a washing machine maybe like right above that, maybe it shakes their shower door. I don't know. I don't know how else you could really fake that. But hey, if that's real, that's really, really crazy. It's just hard for me to believe things that are on camera and things that I'm not like an actual witness of.
With all that's happened, just what exactly is going on inside their house? Until any updates are given, it seems that this question will have no definitive answer. But as always, what's your stance on this?
Yeah, so these guys...
Paranormal or not? You be the judge.
Yeah, I do not know, but it is crazy as well that were completely different as well. There was the knocking on the door, there was the dishes falling out of the shelf, and then obviously there was the whole shower thing. See, me saying this out loud is creeping me out, and I know I do this every time that we react to one of these scary videos, but it's because it's genuine. Like, I genuinely feel this way. When I start watching these, I actually get creeped out, and it makes me like turn around and check and make sure I'm okay. Make sure nothing is over there. So if anything ever does pop up over there, let me know, because I feel it. And I just feel like a sixth sense that something is like tickling my neck. You know what I'm saying? And then I get like goosebumps and I turn around to check my back. And there's never ever been anything there before. So I don't know why I keep doing it. I just get a feeling though that it's a thing.
An urban explorer named Chris Hill returns to an abandoned warehouse and encounters something far more terrifying than the last time he came there. Previously, Chris had found a place that is believed to be extremely haunted. It wasn't until looking back at the footage that he took during this exploration that Chris realized he wasn't alone.
I'm just saying that dude is jacked. If he does find a ghost, he could probably just beat it up. Also, if he's doing this, surely he's intentionally trying to find ghosts, right? There's no way that he's searching these abandoned areas to not try to find ghosts. So I wonder if he ever posts a video where he finds nothing. That's way more realistic. But if he's like, every time he goes and searches an abandoned spot and he finds a ghost, that to me is very suspicious. But if he uploaded like 50 videos and he found ghosts like 2 or 3 times, then I'd be like, okay, that seems way more legit. But I don't know. I haven't looked at his channel, so I don't actually know that.
Someone or something had been watching him throughout the entire night.
Okay, that's creepy. It looks
Whatever
like
this was,
what is
Chris
that?
can't help but feel that the supposed supernatural entity is the reason why he felt as though someone had touched him. Not sure what to make of it and disturbed by what the camera had caught, he made it clear that he'd never come back to this place. But it seems that Chris has had a change of mind, as his most recent video shows him returning to the site.
I'm back. And this is probably a very bad idea.
Look at all like the dust particles too. I know that there's some type of ghost that's supposed to have like those spirit floaty biggers, but I don't know what that's called. But I believe that those are just dust clouds.
Now, whether or not viewers have convinced him to return is unknown, but if one thing is certain, it's that Chris does not want to be here. He takes the same path he took last time when exploring this place, and just like before, when he gets to a creepy corridor beneath the building, things start to get a little strange.
Wow. Yep, it's still really cold in here. Look, you can see my breath now. Look. Like, that's how you know I'm not lying. But look, I'll do it out here.
Okay, that is weird. Very easy to fake this one though, for obvious reasons. I do believe it is cold down there, I believe him. But the first take, he's, you know, camera's here. He's breathing into the camera. Second take, shoo, points the camera this way. So then you don't see the breath. Obviously, there's no way for me to really know if that's happening or not. But actually, why did he not just point the camera at his face? Why did he not show us him doing it? These are my alarm bells going off right there. That's what those are. I'm just like, maybe he's in the moment. He's not thinking straight to like how to really prove that that's real. But the best way to do that is to do like a selfie version of it so you can see it come out of his mouth.
You don't see my breath. But as soon as you come in here, oh my God, it's freezing. As soon as you come in here,
Like, I believe that that is real. I just don't believe that it's not happening in the other room.
I hope so. But that's crazy.
The change in temperature upon entering the corridor is no doubt strange, but it's the following incident that's by far the strangest.
What is that
When
like?
Chris arrives at the site where he felt as though someone had touched him, he's immediately overcome by a feeling of dread. Now, you don't have to look closely to notice a blue light in the distance. This is where Chris had set up the infrared cameras, which is the same spot where he set them up last time. Near the cameras, however, there's a small staircase that leads to a space below that Chris hadn't fully explored. He proceeds to check out the
Okay, so this dude has been here before, and last time he was here, he had seen or felt, or there was some ghostly presence. So now he's going back and exploring even more of this place. Genius! What could go wrong?
space and captures this.
It's a weird noise in this room.
Bro, someone just whispered.
That's creepy. It's a weird noise in
Listen.
this room.
You're not supposed to be here.
If you listen closely, you can hear what sounds like someone whispering in a deep, monotone voice. Viewers agree that this alone would have made Chris run for the hills had he listened to the audio right then and there.
It sounded like he said, you're not supposed to be here. I don't like that. I don't like that. I will say, I've explored abandoned buildings like this before, and we've actually posted them on the Beck Bros channel, and it is insanely scary. Very, very scary, and I was with a group of people too. I was with some videographers, I was with Jack and Adam and Luke, and it is really scary to do that even with a group of people. I'm sure it's 10 times scarier to do alone, so even if he is faking this video, props to him for even getting out there and doing it alone. Because even if you don't believe in ghosts, there still is always a threat of like some crazy person living in there and then like attacking you whenever you turn a corner. At least that was what was in my mind when I was going through those abandoned buildings. So doing that alone is pretty crazy. Pretty courageous.
But it's the following incident that did just that.
There's more?
As he heads back upstairs and arrives at the creepy corridor, things take a terrifying turn. This is what was captured.
Really creepy in here. As I walk, it sounds like people are talking. I don't know if that's just the sound of my feet echoing or what.
It's not my feet echoing.
It's really creepy.
Bones? Did he say bones? Bones are still there? Am I dumb for not seeing any bones? It looks like just a bunch of steel stuff. Where is he? What is this building? What is this building?
It's nasty. What the hell? What the hell is that? Oh, shit. Something's up there.
It should be there. It should be whatever did that should be there. Wait, did not have a camera on it?
I know y'all heard that.
Wait, is the infrared camera in that room? Is that the same room? I don't know where to look. Okay, there we go. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Scared the shit out of me.
That's a ghost! That was just a ghost that walked by. Nah. No way a ghost is walking that zesty though, right? No way a ghost walked that zesty. Do ghosts even walk? I thought they float, like they levitate. That's a little,
Hears a noise coming from above. A piece of debris from upstairs hits the ground, sending him running out of the corridor in a panic frenzy. He arrives back upstairs, unaware that during this time, the infrared camera from below had caught footage of a ghostly figure walking about before suddenly disappearing. What's even more strange is that the figure appears only seconds later after the piece of debris had mysteriously fallen on its own. Feeling beyond scared, Chris looks around to find the piece of debris that fell.
This big ass box just fell on this grate. Maybe it fell from up there.
So I'm not saying he's lying. I just always like to bring up the counter argument. I never like to be one to just fully believe everything that I see. And so the counter argument is that he has got a buddy with him and that they just aren't on camera, which is very easy to do. I filmed so many videos where there's other people with me that are just off camera. So that is believable that he actually does have somebody there. And I actually mentioned earlier that him going alone is insane in and of itself. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did bring somebody else just for moral support, just to know that you have somebody there with you in case something does happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does have a buddy. And what is extremely suspicious about this is that when the box fell, it just so coincidentally happened at the exact moment that he lifted the camera to look up at the top of the ladder at the grate. And then the box fell. Like, it wasn't like he was walking over, it wasn't like he was far away and just heard a noise. It was at the exact moment that he pointed up at the that metal grate and the box fell onto it. And just the timing of that does seem suspicious to me. So this one is scary. I'll admit it is scary. It does creep me out to think of the chance that it's even real. But it's, again, one of those things that I do think is deprovable. As far as the ghost thing as well, unfortunately, with technology these days, it's just very easy to create a ghost in editing. Like, watch this. It's really easy to just shrink my forehead and make it look normal in 3, 2, 1. See, now I have a normal forehead. My point is that the ghost could pretty easily be faked in editing, which is honestly sad because if it is real, like if that actually is 100% real and he caught a ghost on camera, no one will ever believe him. At least I won't. And I'll admit that's sad. Like, that is sad for someone who is like, if this dude is a ghost hunter and like this is a big like gold mine, like he hit the jackpot, he finally found his ghost, I won't believe him because of what editing is capable of. You know what I mean? But let me know, is this guy legit? Is he not? And who knows? Maybe it's not over. Is there more?
Oh my God.
If there's another incident, that's insane.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna put the IR camera up here while I explore.
Oh, that looked dangerous. No way he's staying.
Good idea.
No way he's staying. I would be out of there so quick, you really wouldn't believe it. When we were filming those abandoned, like exploring abandoned buildings videos, there were a couple of times where like we heard something, like genuinely, we really heard something. And every time we did, like we just booked it out of there. Like no, we didn't even talk. Like it wasn't like we were on camera like, oh my God, blah, 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 we gotta get out of here now. It was like, we're gonna die and we're just sprinting out of here. That happened multiple times.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I got the IR camera set up at the top floor.
By setting up the infrared cameras on the top floor, Chris hopes to capture footage of who, or whatever it might have been that dropped the box. He sets up the IR cameras from below and continues to explore the place, specifically downstairs. But when Chris returns to where the IR cameras have been set up, this is captured.
Oh, that's him, okay. Is he sitting? What? He just like flew backwards. 10 times speed. I was knocked out for about 10 minutes? Now I'm suspicious. Not that I wasn't suspicious before, but I'm curious to see how he reacts to that.
What the just happened?
In a swift motion, Chris is yanked by an unseen force, sending him straight to the ground and knocking him out upon impact.
Come on, guys, come on. Let's be rational adults here. I hate to be like the bearer of bad news. I want to believe it. I really do. I think ghosts are interesting. I think like aliens are fun. I think believing in like these theories and stuff is cool. And I almost want it to be real because it's like, oh, you know, it's insane. Do you really think that this knocked him out? Do you really think that this knocked him out? Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Watch where his head lands. Like, just watch.
In a swift motion, Chris is yanked by an unseen.
He landed on his butt. I'm no doctor, but I have never seen in my entire life of watching sports, of playing sports, of living life. I've never seen anyone get knocked out from landing on their buttocks.
Motion, Chris is yanked by an unseen force, sending him straight to the ground and knocking him out upon impact.
Now, you could argue maybe there was something elevated behind and he hit his head on that. So like he clearly did not just land on his head, but maybe he got dragged into something like a brick or something and that's how he hit his head. Even if that is the case, you don't get knocked out for 10 minutes. Nobody gets knocked out for 10 minutes. You must have significant like brain damage after that. I have watched countless mixed martial arts. I have watched countless boxing events. I have seen many knockouts, and this is gruesome, I'm sorry, but some where people start like spazzing out afterwards because of how badly they get knocked out. And even in those cases where there's clearly like brain damage happening, those people will get up after 3 to 4 minutes, typically. Maybe 5 is if you're down for 5 minutes, that's like super concerning. 10 minutes of being knocked unconscious is absurd. And then to be able to get up, have an understanding of where you are, your surroundings, what's happening, and being able to walk back in a straight line, that is raising a lot of red flags. I've been knocked out once in my life. I was playing soccer, got kneed in the head. It happens. Get knocked out. I was only knocked out for like 5 seconds though, so it wasn't even that bad. But I was badly concussed. When I stood up, no idea where I was. I couldn't tell you what I was doing. I couldn't tell you the score of the game. I couldn't tell you what day of the week it was. I couldn't tell you what team we were playing against. I had no idea what the heck was going on for the next like 2 hours. My point is, if this dude got knocked out from falling on his butt and got knocked out for 10 minutes, I just don't see that being the reaction to it. I just don't see it. Although I'll admit I have no idea how he got flung back like that. I really don't know how that part happened.
Minutes pass when he suddenly wakes up to find that he's been unconscious for a while. Realizing what just happened, he grabs his things and immediately leaves the place. With all that's happened, as well as the previous incident from last time, viewers no doubt believe that something sinister dwells in this place. Whether malicious or not, the question is begged: did Chris capture evidence of a paranormal happening? Or is there something else that could explain this? Although it's hard to be sure what occurred, one thing is certain: Chris is definitely never coming back to this place again.
But see, the thing is, if it is real, I feel terrible. Like, I feel like an awful person because this guy's putting his life on the line to, you know, explore these like haunted areas to find these ghosts. And I'm sitting here eating my popcorn saying, you know, I'm being all fat. Oh no, that's not real. That's not real. No way that's real. But like, if it actually is real, I feel like a piece of crap, you know? I feel terrible for this guy. And hand up, you know, that's all me. If it is real, I sincerely apologize. I'm just raising my concerns, that's all. And to be clear, I'm not saying it's 100% fake. I'm just raising the fact that there's a possibility that it could be fake. You guys can come up with your own conclusions. All right, number 3.
This next video comes from a hospital in Argentina where a security guard had been doing the night shift when out of nowhere, something pretty strange was caught on camera. The hospital in question is known as the Finochetto Sanatorium, which is located in the city of Buenos Aires. Not much is known about this hospital, except that it might be haunted. This notion had just become popular recently when surveillance footage from inside the hospital captured this. At around 3 in the morning, a security guard is filling out some paperwork when he looks across at the entrance and sees an old woman walking through the automatic doors. He promptly gets up and receives the old lady. According to the guard, this is exactly what happened that morning. But When looking over at the video that was taken during this time, a different story is told. This is the footage.
This seems legit to me so far. Like, this is a real security cam. Okay, so the security guard claims that he sees an old lady, and then he walks up to her and lets her in. But clearly there is no lady. But the door did open. Wait, but the door did open. Wait, but the door did open. Oh my god. The door doesn't just open. The door opens when it senses something. Movement, weight, whatever it might be. So it's not as simple as saying, oh, this guard is insane. This guard is a psychopath and he sees things. Or maybe he was drinking some things he shouldn't be drinking and he's hallucinating. Clearly. Because the door opened, which means the door sensed a presence of some sort. This one's weird. This one actually gave me the chills. I don't like this one. Oh my god, like, he's still talking to her, asking if she wants to get put in a wheelchair.
All the security guard story check out, except for one. The old woman that supposedly walked in and met with him. No one else is seen, except the guard. Strangely though, we can see the doors opening as though someone had walked in.
That's so weird.
Further adding to the strangeness, the guard is seen conversing with someone, but they don't appear to be there.
Okay, actually, I do have a suspicion. Something that's really making, like, not adding up to me. The camera's moving. If this was a security camera, it would be stagnant. It wouldn't be moving at all. But you can see there's a little bit of shakiness going on. And if someone is filming this, that makes it way more concerning than if it was a security cam. But, like, just watch the footage and you can see it could be like an editing effect where that, you know, whoever uploaded this video added an effect to, like, make it shake a little bit for whatever reason. But it does kind of look like it's being filmed by someone holding it, which is, in my opinion, suspicious.
Or anywhere inside.
See? It's moving.
The video on its own is creepy, but it's the story that makes.
And that also could have been someone filming like a TV screen of the security cam. Like, that might not have been the raw footage. That would make sense. That actually makes sense. Someone is filming the screen of the security footage, and that's why it's moving. Okay, that makes sense.
Makes it creepier. It's the following detail, though, that makes it a whole lot spooky. According to the guard, after attending the old lady and offering her a wheelchair because of how frail she looked, she made her way to the elevator. She then told the guard she was going to the 9th floor to look for the ID and belongings of a patient who had passed away the day before. She proceeds to enter the elevator and is never seen again.
Whoa, what if she was looking for her own ID? Wait.
Though, the name of the elevator and is never seen again. As it turns out though, the name of the woman, which the guard had written down on his clipboard, was in fact a patient of the hospital who had passed away the day before.
Nah, chills.
Because of this, viewers believe that the ghost of the old lady
Goosebumps
had
all
come
over.
to collect her thing.
I don't know if you can see. Jeez, I got hairy arms, bro. Can you focus? They might be gone now. They might be gone. It was kind of like a sudden. Yeah, they're gone. That I don't like. I don't like that one. That one I don't like because that one I feel like might actually be real. I don't like it.
Real or not, it's a good story. Yet, it seems that no further information is available on this video, making this whole incident a total mystery.
I don't like that at all. Oh, God. That one was creepy, bro.
The following video comes from Troy Legault, who lives happily with his family and 3 dogs inside a house that was only built 10 years ago.
Hey, yo.
Given the age of this house, Troy doesn't think that it's old enough to be haunted. However, it seems that Troy has been proven wrong in regards to this notion, as it was just recently that something very unusual was captured. Prior to this video, there have been other weird happenings in his home. From things moving on their own, to lights turning on by themselves, none compare to the following footage. On November 6th of 2022, at around 8:30 in the morning, this was captured.
I think the fan just turns on. Okay. More knocking. What is it? What are those noises? Lights going on and off. The fan's making a weird noise, but then there's like knocking too. And that was, dude, that was weird because you can see both sides of the door there. Like normally when you see a door slam from one side, there's like the obvious suspicion that someone is on the other side and just slams it. But in this case, you can see both sides of the door. You can see the entire door. Like I don't understand how it could be slammed in that case. There are some times where there's like wind flows and wind currents in buildings and houses that open and close doors. I don't know if I'm getting that from this one though. Is that a basement? I think that's a basement. Bro's got a gremlin living in his basement. He's got something living down there.
Although not much info is given on this clip, it's still pretty weird. All that is known is that no one was home when this happened. As with most viewers, Troy can't seem to explain this. But of course, what are your thoughts on this? Ghost or something else?
I don't know. I don't know, boys. That is one that I just feel like I don't have enough evidence for. I just don't have enough evidence. There's still a chance of maybe that someone could have been behind that door and opening and closing it. I just don't know. I just don't know. Let me know what you guys think though.
Last video comes from Anna Tan, who's the mother of a baby girl named Evelyn. It was only a few months ago that Anna's brother passed away. His passing has been very painful for Anna, considering how close he was to her and her daughter. Although tragic, Anna takes comfort in the thought that he still lives on in the afterlife and continues to watch over Evelyn and the rest of her family. One day, Anna and her daughter are in the kitchen when something very strange happens. Anna takes out her phone and begins to record. This is what was captured.
This was 2 months after my brother passed away, and she still talks to him or about him every day.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
What the? Nah.
Who are you talking to?
That's weird.
Evelyn. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
I already don't like babies. This is just not helping the calls at all. Here's the thing though. Babies don't know many words. Maybe one of like the 6 words that this baby knows is uncle. And so she's just trying to say things that she knows. So she's just saying uncle. Also, I hate to say it, but I'm sure that her uncle was a hot topic of discussion for the last 2 months since he just passed away. And so, uncle is probably a word that she had been hearing very often. Meaning, she probably wants to say uncle a lot because she hears her mother and father or whoever else saying the word uncle. And babies and kids will say what their parents and other people that they look up to say. So it could be that this baby only, doesn't really know that many words and is just saying uncle because it's one of the only ones that it knows.
It appears as though Evelyn is—
Or her uncle is a ghost and is just standing in front of her, talking to her. Or that also could be. Why is she shushing?
It appears as though Evelyn is talking to someone. Anna is convinced that her baby daughter had been in contact with her deceased uncle. This notion becomes even more believable considering that a male voice is heard early in the video.
Who are you talking?
I don't know about all that. I don't know about that one. I will admit though, the baby did look like it was like directly talking to a person. Like it didn't look like it was just like, uncle, uncle, uncle. Like it was directly looking at a thing and like expressing emotion and feeling towards that thing. And babies don't know how to act. Like they're not actors or actresses, so you can't like tell your baby to do that. Like the baby is just doing that. I don't know, bro. That is kind of scary. Very scary.
If you listen closely, the word uncle can be heard. For this reason, including the fact that her daughter kept on repeating uncle over and over,
Who are you talking to?
See, she's looking like directly at something and talking to it. You know what I mean? It's not just like random, she's just saying uncle.
Anna believes that her brother was present during this recording. Like with most videos though, I'll let you decide whether or not that's the case. All in all, although strange, this video is pretty wholesome.
That is true. That is true. Pretty sad, especially if real. But anyway, boys, those are the scariest and creepiest videos on all of the internet. If you guys do want me to keep watching these scary videos, you know what to do. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click right here to watch more.